and get started with.
Recording in progress.
All right, greetings, family, friends, and the world. This is Mikael Eric Harris, better known as the Juice, also known as the Alkaline Water Guy. How is everyone doing on this beautiful night? This is part two of Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. This is part two of Mikael's Knowledge of Truth, and I decided to call this Ripe Fruit in History. Ripe Fruit in history. So mainly I was talking about ripe fruit is when I was talking about my brother Eric Cook in part one. I started off with that conversation. It just came out of nowhere. And I was talking about on Facebook when the brother was talking about what he was going through. And I was talking about we all go through certain lessons in life. The things that we go through, these are certain things that we grow from to grow through in order to build in our lifetime. And we go through certain things, whether if it's for a season, or if we go through things for a lifetime with the people that we're connected with, right? So that's how I started off the conversation about my brother Eric Cook on Facebook about a post that he made earlier today. Then from that point on, I end up talking about that and going from that into really talking about ripe fruit and the things that we're doing today. And everything is a learning experience, right? And how we are kind of ripe for certain things, and certain things, we have unripe fruit that people are not ready for certain things. That's the reason why we go through certain things. Some people aren't ready, but some people are ready when the time comes. So as we are where we are today, and I ended up going through the scriptures, and I got to I almost got to say for real, I forgot to say, me and my brother Teddy Bay, my brother Teddy B, but Teddy Bay, me and him, we just got through speaking on. We had like a little conversation before coming back to part two, and I had to get back on before it got too late. So me and him we was building, and there's another brother who has joined the family. Another brother who and thankful that he's here. And we on one accord when it comes to Yah. We on one accord on a few things that we talking about, and it's a lot of things that's happening right now, y'all. So my main thing is just to share that point at this point, and also my point of coming back. I was going to go through some history in part two, and in history, I was going to go through the scriptures where starting at the commandments, right? In the commandments, we're going to go this again real quick. This is the history point. I said part two, I'm going to go through the history part about the third and fourth generation, right? It kind of came to my mind earlier, but now I can go through it because I can show you where it's stemmed from in the commandments. I tell people that the third and fourth generation is the Greek and the Roman Empire. I'm going to show you according where it's prophesied. Number one, the Creator spoke about it in the commandments, and a lot of people don't get, because I remember when I was in Mississippi, and I was talking to the mores or teachers, and I was told them, I said, the third and fourth generation is the Greek and Roman Empire. No, it ain't. Let's talk about down the line. I said, how you know who is right and who is righteous and who is wrong down the line in the third and fourth generation? So people have their minds made up. The Creator give me, when you study, you start to see and understand what the scriptures are saying compared to what people believe. You see what I'm saying? So, like I'm saying, me and my brother Teddy B, we had a lot of we was conversating, we was building a few moments ago, and I had to jump back on before it got too late because me and the brother, I can see we gonna build. We got some information to share, and I love the brother already, and he just got in. Tomorrow be his first one with his first class with us on introduction some class of knowledge, which he's gonna do good because he's ready. He's ready. And I know he's ready. He's going to get in his office soon. But let's get back over here to the second commandment. Actually, the first, I don't want to go that far. Let's just start with the second commandment because I did in part one. Starting in part one, I'll just say it. First commandment is thou shalt have no other deities before me, meaning that anytime you worship anything outside of the Creator, which is the breath of life, which is universal consciousness, you're worshiping a thing, which is a noun, which is something, which is an idol, whatever it is, whatever it may be. Y'all may not get it. If it's a person, a place, or a thing, if it's something, it's a noun, and you're worshiping an idol. The Creator is like my my children's grandfather, father-in-law, well, at one time, he passed now. He said, God ain't nothing. God ain't nothing. And my friend of mine, man, he said, God ain't nothing. He said, God ain't nothing. He was an elder. He was up in age, you know. He was getting to the point he was in and out because he had a little dementia. But I was sitting back there smiling and laughing. And he said, "Hey, what are you talking about? Brother Page?" I said, all he's saying is break down the word nothing. You take it, the word, and separate it, you have no thing. The creator is no thing, meaning the breath of life, which is universal consciousness. So I don't know if he caught that or not, but I broke it down to him to let him understand when Brother Page was saying that God ain't nothing, because we all grew up, was growing in the scriptures, and I understood. So when it says thou shalt have no other deity before me, that means anytime you worship or call upon anything, Jesus, Yahshua, Farrakhan, Prophet Muhammad, anything else, you just put another deity right there to create. You broke the first commandment. Second commandment again was, or is, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, meaning anything, graven image or whatever, or any likeness of anything. That's no thing, as I was just sharing with you, that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water on the earth. That means no thing. You're not supposed to worship no thing. But 5 is the key of what I wanted to get into the prophecy and history. 5, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them physically, mentally, or spiritually, nor serve them. For I, Yah, thy father, am a jealous father, visiting the iniquity, the ignorance of the fathers. I like to say the parents, because you teach what you've been taught. Upon the upon the children, which is the children that you're teaching, unto the third, this is the Greeks, and the fourth, which is the Roman generation of them that hate me. Now, let's go into that. Now, I shared with you showing mercy showing mercy unto thousands that love me and keep my commandments. The mercy is the grace that we have, or the Creator had put upon us, because we was in ignorance for not knowing the law, and we was taught against the law. From who? The third and fourth generation that taught the world against the Creator. Now, how do you know that, Mikael? As I always take, let's go to Daniel chapter 2, one of my favorites. Daniel chapter 2. It took me a while to get there. Okay, Daniel chapter 2. Let's start over here at what's it, 26? Yeah, 26. Let's start over here just to get an understanding real quick. Then we're gonna jump down to the meat. The dream and its interpretation. Starting at verse 26, it says, the king answered and said to Daniel, whose name was Belshazzar. Make sure everybody can see me. There we go. While I'm reading. Whose name was Belshazzar. Art thou able to make known unto me the dream which I have seen and the interpretation thereof? 27. Daniel answered in the presence of the king, which is King Nebuchadnezzar, right? In the presence of the king, and said, the secrets which the king has demanded cannot the wise men, the astrologers, the magicians, and the soothsayers show unto the king? 28. But there is Yah in heaven that revealeth secrets. And this is what he has done with me with plenty of information. That revealeth secrets, and maketh known to the king Nebuchadnezzar, what shall be in the latter days. And the key is the latter days. This is going to be after his time. See? After, in the latter days, thy dream and thy visions of thy head upon thy bed are these. 29. As for thee, O king, thy thoughts came into thy mind upon thy bed, what should come to pass hereafter, and he that revealeth secrets maketh known to thee what shall come to pass. 30. But as for me, This secret is not revealed to me for any wisdom that I have more than any living, but for their sakes that shall make known the interpretation to the king, and that thou mightest know that the thoughts of thy heart. 31. Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image. Here we go. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. Right? Talking about the image. Thus say, this image head was of fine gold. We're getting into it now. All right? He's breaking it down. This image head was of fine gold. His breast, which is the chest, and arms of silver, his belly and thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. 34. Thou saw, now this is the spiritual. This is us in this day and time. Because you ain't going to really see it like this again. But I'm going to break this down right now. 34. I'm going to put this. 34. Thou sawest till a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet, that was of iron and clay, and break them to pieces. There we go. That's your main key right there. I'm going to break that down in a few minutes. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken in pieces together, and became like the shaft of the summer threshing floors, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image, here we go. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. Here's your key right there. These two parts, we, the anointed of the Almighty, we, Israel, the anointed, those who are carrying the Creator's word, those who are doing the work today, those who are actually have awoken and keeping the Creator's laws, statutes, covenant, commandments, we are the stone. That's us. That's us. And how we are the stone? That stone was the stone that was brought out, that was made with our hands out of the mountain, was the same stone given to Moses, which was what? The law. That same law that was given to Moses is that stone. And that stone is the law upon Israel and us keeping his laws. And in the day, and if you notice, it says, and his feet, let me read that 34 again. Thou sawest till a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet, that were of iron and clay, and break them into pieces. It started right there at the feet with the clay and the iron. Broke the clay and the iron and broke everything up from that point. It started where it was at, which is where we are in this day and time. We are that stone, which is the law within us, right? Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken in pieces together, and became like the shaft of the summer threshing floor, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone, which is us, that smote the image, became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. Right? Now let's go into 36, which breaks it down. It's going to show us who the third and fourth generation is after we get past the head. 36. This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. 37. Thou, O king, art a king of kings. A king of kings. Why is a king of kings? Because he was a king in Babylon. Took over Babylon, but he was a king in Babylon, took over Babylon, when the kings in Babylon was of many different nations. Am I right? Many different nations in Babylon. For the Yah of heaven has given thee a kingdom. You see that? A kingdom, power and strength and glory. 38. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the breasts of the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven have he given unto thine hand, and have made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold. That's Nebuchadnezzar. 39. And after thee shall arise another kingdom. This right here is the Medes and the Persians. The Medes and the Persians. The Medes and the Persians connected. That's the breast. Breast and the chest. And the arms, rather. 39. And after thee shall rise another image, inferior to thee, and another third kingdom. This is where the third kingdom comes about, the third and fourth generation. This is the third and fourth generation. Another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth. There you go. This is according to the third generation. It's talking about the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. The third and fourth generation, the third and fourth, which is the third and fourth kingdom, which is the third, which is Greek. And then, which shall bear rule over all the earth. That's your key. He bear rule over the whole earth. That's your key. He bear rule over all the earth, and the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron. The fourth kingdom is Rome. That's the Greek and Roman Empire, the third and fourth kingdom. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. Right? Break in pieces and bruise. So, I'm going to hold it right there because I just mainly want y'all to understand who the third and fourth kingdom is. The third bear rule over the whole earth. The fourth picked up right after him, excuse me, and bear rule over the whole earth. Now let's go to chapter 7. This is how I like to break it down so you can get the history, or shall I say, the prophecy. That was the dream of Nebuchadnezzar. Now let's get to the prophecy. We're going to chapter 7, Daniel chapter 7, and we're going to give you 3 points in here. I'm giving you 3 points. First, I'm gonna give you how they came into power and how they came into place. Then I'm gonna give you 2 points of how we came into place. The 2 points I'm gonna give you is really simple. The 2 points I'm gonna give you is 21 and 22 and 17 and 18. But the key to them coming in power over the kingdom, which is the third, I just gave you the third, which is the Greek. I'm going to give you the fourth kingdom, which is the Romans, right here. 23 through 26, no, 23 through 27, then 21 and 22, and then 17 and 18. We're going to make it simple, all right? 23, Daniel 7:23 states, thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom. Third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse, which is different from all kingdoms. You see that? From all kingdoms. And what did it say again? And thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth. Over the whole earth. Which shall be diverse, which is different from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth. See? Third and fourth generation. Them the only 2 kings you know that devoured the whole earth. The whole earth. Didn't say Nebuchadnezzar. Here it didn't say Nebuchadnezzar devoured the whole, excuse me, the whole earth, but he was in power. And it said the Medes and the Persians was in power. But it talked about the whole earth, which took rule of the whole earth, which the Greeks and the Romans took over power over the whole earth. Right here in your face. Right? And shall tread it down. These are the continents. And shall break it in pieces. When he broke down the whole earth, break the whole earth in pieces, what did they do? They went from continents to countries, city and towns, and rural areas, districts and counties, if you want to put them in there, neighborhoods, blocks to homes. And they take record of everything. Everything is under their record. They take record of everything, all the way to your household, to your address, phone numbers. Everything is calculated. All right? That's from the continent, from them taking over from the continent, all the way down to the baby coming out your belly. Yep. When your maritime admiralty law come, and when your birth certificate, social security card, and ID card, where you are a number. You're a name and a number, which we're going to get to in Revelation chapter 13. All right? Now, 24. Daniel 7:24. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom, which is 10 powers, the 10 horn represent power, and the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings, which are 10 kingdoms. The 10 horns are 10 kingdoms set up out of the earth, out of the earth, I would say, in the earth. 10 kings that shall arise. Excuse me. The 10 kingdoms that shall arise. Then it says, and another shall arise after them. This is the United States. This is the other kingdom that arose after them, which is the United States. And another shall arise after them, and he shall be diverse, different from the first, which is another kingdom, or the new kingdom, and he shall subdue 3 kings. Okay, and he shall be diverse from the first. So that's either old Rome and then new Rome. New Rome, the new Rome from Caesar to the Pope, right? United States is going to come in, and this is part of New Rome as well. Come in Revelation 13. And he shall subdue 3 kings. And those 3 kings was Babylon, the Medes and the Persians, and the Greeks. They subdued them, right? They beat them out. 25. And he shall speak great words. Who? This is that 4th kingdom. This is when the great word, this is Christianity. And people don't get it. And he shall speak great words against the Most High and shall wear out the saints. But first, how is he speaking against the Most High? How he speaking against the Most High? Jesus, Christianity, the red words in the New Testament. That's how they spoke great words against the Most High. But people have been indoctrinated by that same government, that same 4th empire, 4th generation that changed it, and y'all can't see it. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. Isn't that what they did? They think to change times and laws. You can go to the Hebrew converter, put in this year, this month, year, and everything, and it's going to come up in the Hebrew, what it's supposed to be. They think to change time. We know that they start a new year in the middle of winter. Change the beginning of the year, which we just had. And Happy New Year, everyone. We just had the new year. Just started on the 18th or the 19th. I couldn't see the moon, but I think it was the 18th. We had the all dark moon, which is the new moon. They say a little slitter and make it, no, all darkness. that moved a little bit. That means you done passed this point. The all darkness was the new moon. They got like a little. This is when the light is beginning to come back in. It's not new then no more. But hey, that's another story. And think to change times and laws, right? And they shall be given into his hand. All the system is going to be given to his hand until a time, and like I say, the Greeks and times and the Romans and the dividing of time. And to me, that dividing of time with the 400 years that he said that we're going to be in bondage. That's the dividing of times. Dividing means it was in the middle of the situation because you got three situations when it comes to the to a decade. You got 1, 2, 3, and in the middle is 4, 5, 6. Then you got 7, 8, 9. The middle was the division, which is the 400 years. After 400 years, certain things happen, and we're out of that right now. We're growing into the wisdom and the knowledge we're supposed to be. 26. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion. Whose dominion? To consume. But let me get back over here to verse. They shall change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and dividing of times. That's right. Verse 26. But the judgment shall sit. The judgment is going to sit, and they shall take away. Who is they? We're going to take away his dominion to consume and to destroy it until the end. This is what we're doing right now. As we awaken, as we start to grow, we're going to start doing it with the iron rod. The iron rod is how we're going to do it. 27. And the kingdom and dominion. See that? And the kingdom, which is the earth, and dominion of the earth, you might well say, and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints, you see that, of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom. The saints of the Most High is Israel, first Judah, Israel, and all those who keep in the Creator's laws, statutes, and covenant. That's the tongues, nation, and people, everybody doing his will. That's who it's given to. The whole heaven shall be given unto the people of the saints of the Most High. We're the saints of the Most High, and the people will be given unto us, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion, all dominion shall serve and obey him. Who? The Creator, through us as we give the word. That's it. A lot of people don't get it. It's just that simple. But now, as I was saying, that's the breakdown of the fourth. The Greeks had rule over the whole earth according to the end of Daniel 2 and 39. This shows you that right here, Daniel 7:23 shows you that the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom, and it shall devour the whole earth. What shall I say? The fourth kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth. Yep. It's giving it to you. Them the two, that's the Greek and the Roman Empire. People don't get it because they don't read, to study, to understand, to know, to grow. But it tells you right there in prophecy. Now, what will happen after this, as we just got through reading in verse 27? And the kingdom and the dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given unto the people of the saints of the Most High, which is us, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions, all nations, tongue, people, and kindred shall serve and obey the Creator through us. That's how they're going to do it. But as I said, 21 and 22 is a short form of what happened, how they came into power, but what was given to us. And that's just a short form, 21, 22, 17, and 18. Break it down real quick. Daniel 7:21 says, I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints. The same horn, the same power made war with the saints and prevailed against them. They did prevail against us, and we're coming out of that prevail now. But what it says here in 22, until the Ancient of Days came, which is what? The presence of the Most High. to awaken us. The anointing spirit come upon us to awaken us. The Ancient of Days came, and the judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. Judgment was given, which just happened in 2020. This is where we at now. We're in the beginning of it. That was the beginning, and we're in the beginning. And judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time came, see? And the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. This is where we're building at this point now. See what I'm saying? This is a short form compared to 23 through 27. But now let me give you the ending point in a nutshell in verse 17 and 18. It says, these great beasts, right? It talked about the great beasts. These great beasts which are four beasts, which is four kingdoms. These great beasts which are four kings, which is four kingdoms. Babylon, the Medes and the Persians, the Greek and the Roman Empire. Right? These great beasts which are four kings, which shall arise out of the earth. These are four kingdoms that's going to rise out of the earth and devour the whole earth, right? The last two are going to devour the whole earth. But what does 18 say? But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom, which is what we're doing right now. And we ain't doing it by fighting, shooting. We're doing it with this. This the iron rod. And with this, the tongue. Iron rod and tongue. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. The Creator said it's going to happen. The Creator has seen it already. We just got to go through it. It's our job. Now, to make a long story short, we just gave you the prophecy. This the prophecy. Now let's go into the history. Let's get into reason why we're at the prophecy now. All right? I'm going to make it short tonight. I ain't going to make it long because I could go through a lot of I'm going to give you point for point tonight. I talked about the third and fourth generation. That's what I'm getting on. That's what I'm talking about. Third and fourth generation. Which is Exodus chapter 20, verse 3 through 6. Actually, 3 through 5, because I stopped at 6. But 6 is, but showing mercy to 1,000 of them, which is grace, unto 1,000 of them that love me and keep my commandments. So you might as well say from 3 to 6. Then Daniel chapter, this is part 2. Daniel chapter 2, verse 26, all the way down to 40. It gave you the understanding to that. The end of 39 and 40 is the two is the Greek and Roman Empire, which should devour the whole earth. Then I took you over to chapter 7, verse 23 to 27, and then went back to 22 and 21 and 22, and then hit you with 17 and 18. Now we go into Revelation 12. Let's show you who the great red dragon is. That's the Greeks. Great red dragon is the Greeks. If you got Robert Craig back, what about the ones that refuse to wake up? They're going to be the ones that's lost. What about the ones that refuse to wake up? Will Yah, shall I say, have mercy on them because of the 400 years? 400 years was up in 2020. No, the 400 years was up in 2019. 2020 is when the judgment started. So, let me give you an answer to that before I go to Revelations. Your answer to that is in Isaiah 11. Let me give you the answer to that before I go. I'm glad you asked the question, Brother Rob, Brother Craig, Brother Robert Craig. Give your answer right here. And I'm on first. Let me see. I don't want to go too long, and I'm gonna give it to you kind of quick. Because I want to break. If I go through that, I'm going to break. I'm gonna give you the quick for you person. Because I'm gonna go from two to 5. But I'm gonna give you the quick version of it for the question that you asked. Because I'll be in it. Because I know if I get it, I go through it. So I'm gonna read what you said again. You said, what about the ones that refuse to wake up? Will YHWH, which is the creator, have mercy on them because of the 400 years? It's coming right here. It's all through the book, but I'm going to give you the portion right here real quick. I'm going to start at verse 9. I'm going to take you to verse 9 to 12. Verse 9 to 12, right? Verse 9. Isaiah chapter 11, verse 9 through 12, it states, they shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of Yah as the waters cover the sea, right? We are going to be the ones that's going to be full of the knowledge. But finish hearing me out. But see, it's not going to just be the spirit is going to be upon the earth among us, the animals, and everybody else. But watch 10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign. The root of Jesse is going to be the seed of David. The seed of David, as I was sharing with you when we just got off of Solomon, Solomon had 1,000 wives. All 1,000 of wives had children. Imagine the seed of those 1,000 children, which people can't even think of today. Them children, you got 700 princesses, which was, was Israel. And then you had 300 concubines, which is strange flesh. 300 women of different nations around this earth from the seed of Solomon, which is of the seed of David. This is what people don't get. That's the root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people, right? To it shall the Gentiles seek. You see that? Remember, Judah is the lawgiver. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. Our rest going to be glorious. Verse 11, and it shall come to pass in that day that Yah shall set up his hand again a second time. See, listen. The second time to recover the remnant of his people. The second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. See, his people going to be in all those different places across the world. 12. And he shall set up again an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts. There we go. And shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. They're going to have a chance, but it's going to be up to them to accept or to reject. That's why it's going to be a remnant. See, Israel is all over the world, but it's going to be a lot of these. I'm going to say it. I ain't going to say excuse me, but I'm going to say it. Jesus freaks. There are a lot of people who's freaking Jesus. They ain't going to make it. They ain't going to be here on the earth. And they're going to go one way or the other. I'm not going to say they'll get murdered or anything like. I'm not going to say that. Who knows? That's not on me to say, but I will say this. These people who are not choosing to turn toward the Creator's way according to the eating habits, which is Genesis 1:29 through 31. They don't turn toward the eating habits. This is the reason why we have sickness. And I prayed for that when I come in. Reason why people have sickness is because of the way that they're eating, the things that they're doing, their mindset, and these things causes curses to come upon your body. A lot of people don't understand and realize that. And when these curses come upon you, these things take you out. Do y'all know in 2020, a lot of these, I'm going to tell you the way I see it. The way I see it. I ain't going to say it's true or not, but the way I see it is this. A lot of these so-called fat deacons and Christians and everybody was dying off. You know why? Because they're way out of shape, eating the wrong food, and COVID came by and knocked them out. I'm not talking bad. I'm just giving you my facts and what I believe, what I think. I could be wrong, but I can't see how, because a lot of people wasn't doing. See, people mindset of the Roman Empire. You got to understand where you're at today. That's why I said the people of the world is of the Roman Empire. Were you asking right now, what about the ones that refuse to wake up? Why? Because they are so deep into the Roman Empire. Then the other part of that question is, will Yah have mercy on them that are on them because of the 400 years. He been having mercy since before the 400 years. He was having mercy when he said the third and fourth generation was in the Greek and the Roman Empire. Then he said the 6th verse in Exodus 20 is your key. But I'm saying, and have mercy unto 1,000 of them that love me and keep my commandment. And have grace, which is mercy, unto 1,000 of them that's your key right there to your answer. Unto 1,000 of them that love me and keep my commandment. So it's gonna be a peace. He have mercy on those who don't know. It's a lot of people out here. I didn't know one time. One time I was eating pork. I left it alone. Long before I understood it. So it's a lot of things that we are ignorant in, and the credit said, visiting the iniquities upon the fathers, upon the children. Ignorant to the knowledge of his word. This is where we at. So in order to come out of our ignorance, we got to get into his laws. The voice of Yah, which is in the first 5 books and which is in the old quote-unquote testament. The Torah and Tanakh. Get in there. That's spiritual word there. Everybody trying to find a spirit in the New Testament. That's the curse. It's truth in there, but majority of it is of the curse. I told you they have to use the truth to believe you a lie, for you to believe a lie. So it's truth in there, but you got to understand what is truth and what's not. So I'm gonna give you the facts to what I know. So that is to your answer. Okay, let me get you. I see something else up here. Correct, 100%. It is their eating habits as well as don't even pray over their food. That as well, whether they pray or not. I'm just going to say pray or not. The Creator gave you a certain limit to eat. People say diet. The word diet is connected to the word. That's another thing. It's the words you use. This is the certain limit that you live in and how you're living. If you're eating a certain live food, that's what you should be eating. Live food keeps you living. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to cook it, make it, or whatever, and eat just raw or nothing like that. My main thing is he gave you live food. He told you what it is in Genesis 1, verse 29 through 31. The Creator told you what it is. It's up to you to accept it or reject it. Oh, the Creator said we can eat it. Yeah, we can eat flesh. I ain't going to say meat because meat is what he told you in the Genesis 1, 29 through 31. But they call it flesh meat. But no. We can eat flesh. We can eat lamb, and we can eat this, and we can eat that. Now, we know we ain't supposed to eat that, but we can eat this. Now, just to share with you, a certain brother I know today said on his post, and I laughed, did y'all know that at least 25% of pork is in Salisbury steak? I had been telling them, I can't tell nobody what to do. But they used to kind of laugh at me and talk to me about me because I decided I didn't want to eat flesh anymore. They want to laugh at me and talk. But now he been eating flesh all the time. But now I'm coming to find out that, oh man, he looked up and found out 25% of pork is in Salisbury steak. This is a certain brother I know, and I'm not going to give no name, but this was in his post today. I laughed. I said, I ain't say I told you, but I think I said something about I forgot how I said what I said, but I did say this. I said, I said something about this is the reason why the Father told us meat is in Genesis 1, 29 through 31. And I said, you can have that flesh, bruh. And I gave him 3 different things with flesh, and I laughed behind it. Laughing at me because I don't eat flesh. I'm looking good, feeling good, walk, talk, and everything else good. You know what I'm saying? So, back to the story. Revelation 12. Now we're going to get back. I hope that was good for you, Brother Craig. I hope I answered your question for you. But now let's get over here to Revelation 12. We're back on the 3rd and 4th generation, and we're getting back to the 3rd right now. And you know what? Speaking on the 3rd, which is the Greeks, people don't know how influential the Greeks is still in today. That's the reason why I understood when the Creator said the stone broke the clay the clay, the iron. It started there first. Now, why the stone, which is spiritual, excuse me, y'all. Excuse me, y'all. Why the stone is spiritual, even though the clay separated itself from the stone, I mean from the iron, and which is the feet, it's because I look at the clay being more like the Moors, people who are separating themselves from the system. I look at the iron being still part of Rome. Moors, Rome. A lot of the Moors don't have spirit, they're not spiritual. I'm giving you my point of view. The Moors know law. I give them that. They know law, but they're not spiritual. So when it says that the stone is going to break the clay and the iron, the Moors is separate from the iron, which is the system. They're still separating themselves from the system, but they're not spiritual. And some of the Israelites and also the Christians who stumbled into understanding how to free themselves, how to get into their private office. I'm gonna say it like that. I'm just gonna say it like that. They've gotten into that, but they're not spiritual. Now you got over here the ones that's public, which is the system. The ones that's of the public. That's iron, and that's the two legs. You got old Rome and new Rome. Old Rome was with Caesar. New Rome is with the Pope. That's the two legs. Then you got the thighs, and you got the torso and the thigh, which the torso is Greek, and then they started coming to the thighs when they gave their rulership over and relinquished it to Rome, which we're gonna get into that in Revelations in a few minutes. Revelation 13. The two thighs, that's when they gave up their authority, their seat, their power, and great authority over to the Romans. You'll find that in Revelation 13, verse 2. If that's not the end, that's either the end of part 1 of Revelation 1:1, of 13:1, or 13:2. They gave a seat, power, and great authority to the Rome. That's where the torso went down to the thighs. The thighs, and it moved right into the Roman Empire. Then you got the breasts and the arms, all silver, the Medes and the Persians. Can you see the two? Can you see the whole body from Nebuchadnezzar chapter 2? And what's over the breast, as they said, breast, which is chest, and the arms. The head was of gold, which was who? Nebuchadnezzar. And all the body has part in what's going on today. That's why it says that Rome should subdue all things. They got the Christmas tree from Babylon. They got sororities from Greek. They got fraternities from Greek. They got all kind of stuff from all the different world empires from time past. All of it. People can't see it because they don't go into history and find out. There's so much stuff that's going around now. Mostly everybody was in some type of sorority. They ahead in some type of business now. They done went through the haze, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And spin. They done went through their haze. Now they have some type of point in luxury in society. Am I lying? Y'all know tell me, am I lying? Y'all tell me. All the different societies throughout the systems throughout the world is right here in, something just hit me in Revelations 11 about the two witnesses. But the whole point I'm getting at is that everything is a part of the Roman Empire. It subdued and became a part of everything. It tells you that in part in chapter 2 of Daniel, part 40. It subdued and became a part of everything. Right? That's what the iron did. So let's just keep it moving. Now we're at Greek. We at the Greeks. Let me get this go real quick. There we go. Now, I did that because my belt was kind of loose. I was cutting it to my belly as I'm sitting down, so I had to go ahead and take it on loose. So right here, verse 3, Revelation 12:3, the great red dragon. This is your Greeks. Let me put it like that. I'm just going to do 3 and 4. 4 is twofold to me. 4 is twofold, but I'm going to break this down as we go. Revelations 12, verse 3 and verse 4. The great red dragon. Verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon. Now we got to understand why is the dragon great and why is it red. This is the power of Esau. This is Esau being in power. The great red dragon is the Greeks and the Romans, but the Greeks took over, and this is the Greeks, and this is the promise of Esau in Genesis chapter 27, verse 39 and 40. If I go there, I'll be a lot longer than I'm planning to be. So I'm just going to tell you where to go. Read it for yourself. All right. Oh, thank you, bro. I'm glad I answered it for you. Genesis 27, verse 39 and 40. Isaac told Esau. He said, the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven. He told Jacob the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth. But he told Esau the fatness of the earth and the dew. That means that Esau's going to get the earth first. He's going to get the earth first. So, right? Then after that, when 40 came, in verse 40, he said, in verse 40 of Genesis 27 and 40, he said, by thy sword shall thou live, which is by war shall thou live. We're going to go through that in a few minutes as well. I'm sure you understand, give you understanding of Esau. Esau and his prophecy of the 34th generation. He said, by thy sword shall thou live. And when thou hast had the dominion, the dominion is right here. So I'm paraphrasing right now. I'm not reading it right off. I'm just paraphrasing. When you go there, you go check it out. Genesis chapter 27, verse 39 to 40. This is Esau's blessing going on right now. Again, Revelation 12 and 3 and 4. It says 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, which is Esau. When it said one should be stronger than the other, it's Esau. Having 7 heads and 10 horns, 7 continents. The 7 heads is the 7 continents. The 10 horns is the 10 kingdoms set up on those continents at that time. Having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his head. See? Having 7 heads, which is the 7 continents, 10 horns is the 10 powers, and 7 crowns upon his head. 7 kingdoms. They set up all across the world. They set up. But you had 10 horns, which is 10 places of power on each head. So that means that they had 7 crowns and 7. It was 7 kingdoms, but in one kingdom they had 2. In 1 or 2 kingdoms they had 7, 8, 9, 10. You got 7, 7. 7 heads, and one of them had to have 3. One of them had to have is either one had 2 or 3 of those heads. 3 of those heads had 2 horns, had 2 things going. 3 of those heads had 2 horns. You got 7. You add 1 to 1, another to another. So 7 of those heads had two powers set up on it. 2 powers or 2, I don't say kingdoms because all of them was kingdoms, but you had 2 powers, 2 things. 3 things set up on 7 on 3 of those heads of the 7. But that's why it says having 7 heads and 10 horns, 10 powers, and 7 crowns upon his head. 7 crowns with the 7 kingdoms. 7 crowns, 7, I mean, it was 7, all 7 of them was kingdoms on all 7 continents, but in 3 of those, it was 2 things set up where there was some type of powers going on set up. All right. Verse 4, Revelation 12:4. And the tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven and did cast them to the earth. That's when they took over all over the earth. And the third part of the stars of heaven and did cast them to the earth, which is in the mindset. The mindset, number 1, was Christianity. Look at Christianity, look at the Greeks, look at the sororities, look at the fraternities. Look where they mind that, because they ain't on the creator. They ain't on the creator. And his tail, which is the influence of all these other things, money mainly. We got people running after money right now. I'm telling them, get to your freedom first and get the money later. The money gonna be there. Get your freedom. Hey, you ain't tell them so much. And did cast them to the earth, and the dragon stood before the woman, okay, the woman which was ready to be delivered. I look at the woman being Israel, all right? There's another point where this is physical, where where they went underground and went into into Ethiopia and into the bush until I think late 90s. They was flown back home. But that's physical. I'm talking about spiritual. So spiritual, it says, and the dragon stood before the woman which was ready to be devoured, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. Now, to me, on that point is when you're going through your spiritual way. Like me, I went through mine. I can tell you what I know on this point. When I went through mine, I was going through mine, and this is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5 through 7. I'm gonna go, my boy, just tell you. Isaiah 9, 5 through 7 is a spiritual point. What I went through, I can tell you because I went through it. And this is what it's like. You have a presence there when you're going through a spiritual awakening, and you're going through it, and it's like, it says, and the dragon stood before the woman which was ready to be delivered, which is the child that's ready to be delivered, to devour the child as soon as it was born. That's the spiritual awakening that you're going through, because you go through something, and it's something you'll never forget. Just want you to know, when you go through your spiritual awakening, it's something you'll never forget. That's why it's kind of shocked me as I was talking about King Solomon. The Creator made his presence known to Solomon twice. He said, I appeared to you twice. And it don't mean his real appearance, but he appeared to him in some way to let him understand who he was. And he still went and did things that he did. It may have been his purpose, like I shared with you last week. But where we at. So, now, chapter 13. I ain't going to try to be on here long. I'm going through it the way I can. We already 50-something minutes in. I wasn't trying to be that long. Right here. Chapter 13. Now we're going to have to get to some nitty-gritty and some history, right? Prophecy and history, and we're in history right now. But before I start that, let me go to this one other point to let you understand what I just read in Revelation, in Revelation 12. Now let me go to Revelation 5, 4. Revelations 6. Revelation 6, the pale horse. Remember I tell you that was Esau? What did I tell you in Genesis 27, verse 40? By thy sword shall thou live. Break it down. By war shall thou live. I'm gonna hit 6, 1, 7, and 8. 6 and 1. Revelation 6 says the seals. And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard as it were the noise of thunder, one of the 4 beasts saying, one of the what? 4 beasts saying, come and see. Now let's hit 7 and 8. And when he had opened the fourth seal, which is the fourth seal, the fourth empire, the fourth generation. The fourth empire, the fourth generation, right? Verse 7. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast, fourth world power, the fourth beast, the Romans, say, come and see. Verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse. Check this out, was on the pale horse. And his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And we know death and hell is both of the same thing, dying in the grave. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, the fourth generation, the fourth kingdom, the fourth beast, to kill with the sword. By thy sword shalt thou live. You see how it's breaking it down as we go? And with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. Bam, that's it. Bam, bam, bam. Now let's get back to 13 and 1. Just wanted y'all to see and understand that point of view. Now, we can ready to go do simultaneously real quick with information at this point. Now we into history, and we're into history, might as well just say history and prophecy. But right here, the first beast, Revelation 13:1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea. Who stood? They say John the Revelation, but the Revelator, but. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea. A beast, right? The fourth empire. Rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads, 7 continents. Excuse me. Which is the 7 continents. And 10 horns, there's 10 powers or 10 kingdoms. Well, I'm saying powers. And upon his horns, 10 crowns. That's the 10 kingdoms. So those horns are kingdoms. And upon his heads, the name of blasphemy. All different religions across the whole world are blasphemy against the Creator. You know why? Because all those things are religion. The Creator never gave a religion. He only gave his laws, statutes, and covenants. That's all he gave, and that's what he gave. He didn't give nothing else for us to do. Everything else is man-made. Religion, all that other stuff is man-made. It's not of the Creator, it's man-made. Creator allowed you to do these things, but they're man-made. 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard. Now, I still see that. I don't know if that was the complex of England, or I don't know. That's my point of view. I can't say on that. I know they got them in England. I think they got that look like 2 lions standing up like that with a crown on their head. That might be the leopards. I don't know. I don't know. When I don't know, I tell you I don't know. Somebody can come back and fill me in on that. But the point is, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet was like the feet of a bear. And I always still say at that point it's like the Soviet Union. Soviet Union was of the Russians, right? That's why I see on that. That's me. Can't say that was right or wrong. And his mouth as the mouth of a lion. So the mouth of a lion means that his mouth of authority. When they speak with authority. But the part I want you to understand is this last part right here. And the dragon, who's the dragon? The Greeks. The red dragon, which is the Greeks. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. This is where the brass going into the thighs gave authority unto the iron. And you got 2 legs of iron, right? 2 legs of iron, old Rome and new Rome. That's 2 legs of iron. But let's keep it moving. Again, And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. Verse 3. And I saw one of his heads as it was wounded to death. And his head and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the what? The beast. Now let's go into the Council of Nicaea to give you the understanding about the deadly wound. I had to give you understanding. Now this right here is what occurred at the Council of Nicaea, but we're not going to read that one. We're going to read the one, what happened at the Council of Constantinople. This one we're going to read. The Council of Constantinople. All right? So we're going to read starting off, because the reason why I'm going to give you the understanding, because we're getting down to the deadly wound and the wound was healed. That's why. I will give you this much right off for the Council of Nicaea. It says, since we're here, and I'm going ahead, so I'm going to just jump from one to the other. Let me go ahead and just give you a little bit of the first paragraph. Then I'm going to jump into the Council of Constantinople. It says, the Council of Nicaea took place at 325 AD by order of Roman Emperor Caesar Flavius Constantine. Nicaea was located in Asia Minor, east of Constantinople. At the Council of Nicaea, Emperor Constantine presided over a group of church bishops and other leaders with the purpose of defining the nature of God, for all of Christianity. See, he did it for Christianity. And eliminating confusion, controversy, and contention within the church. The Council of Nicaea overwhelmingly affirmed the deity and eternally of Jesus Christ, and defined the relationship between the Father and the Son as of one substance. You see that? They did that. It also affirmed the Trinity. Here you go. This is where your Father, Son, and Holy Ghost come from. It also affirmed the Trinity. The Father, Son, and Holy Spirit were listed as three co-equal and co-eternal persons. All right. I just wanted to leave that right there, because I do have a link. If y'all want it, let me know. I might put that as a part of my information here, because I have the link so y'all can do the information if y'all want to check it out. But now, what happened at the Council of Constantinople? Now we had 325 AD. Now check out the Council of Constantinople. The first Council of Constantinople occurred at 381 AD. 325 to 381. Let's look at it like this. 325, 335, 345, 355, 365, 375, 75, that's 50 years. That's half a century. 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81. 56 years, right? The first Council of Constantinople occurred in AD 381, which is 56 years, in the city of the same name, modern Istanbul, Turkey. It is considered the second of the innumerable councils after Nicaea in 325. You see that? At the Council of Constantinople, Christian bishops, you see that? Christian bishops, these are not Israelites, these are Christians, and these are of the Roman Empire. Christian bishops convened to settle several doctrinal disputes prompted by unrest in the religious leadership of the city. While not as memorable as the Council of Nicaea, see, the council dealt a fatal blow. That's what I wanted y'all to, so y'all can see that. Fatal blow is you see it right there? Maybe I can see that or not. Maybe y'all get a chance to stop and read the whole thing. All right? Well, y'all can blow that up or not. Y'all can check it out. Again, while not as memorable as the Council of Nicaea, the council dealt a fatal blow to Arianism. Arianism. See, the Arians was the ones that was against him being the Father, Son of, well, I'm going to go ahead and read it. I'm going to tell y'all. Fatal blow to Arianism clarified the language used to describe the Trinity. See, that's the Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. And sharpened the distinction between the Eastern and Western branch of the church. Right? The immediate motivation behind calling the First Council of Constantinople was a series of controversies. The Council of Nicaea had met more than 50 years prior. See what I just tell y'all, 56 years. Had met more than 50 years prior to settle the Arian controversy. A debate over whether or not Jesus was fully divine, despite the council's nearly 300-2 decision rejecting Arianism, to view the view persisted and continued to cause division among Christians. Constantinople itself was considered an Arian city until a new emperor, the Theodosius the First, attempted to forcibly replace its church leaders with non-Arians. All right. I'm just going to leave it right there because I don't want to go too far into that. I just wanted y'all to understand the situation at hand. The reason why history is saying what the scripture is saying. But we have to be open-minded to understand knowledge and information. So, that was after verse 3. I want y'all to understand that. Then it says, that's when in verse 3, and I saw one of the heads as it was wounded to death. As we've seen over here in the Constantinople when it just said, what it said a few moments ago. There you go, right there. When it said, council dealt a fatal blow to Arian. That was the deadly wound. And I saw one of his heads as it was wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast, and wondered after the Roman Empire, the fourth beast. And they worshiped the dragon. Who's the dragon? The Greeks, which gave power unto the beast. This is when the Greeks were still in power. They was given, they were relinquishing that power to Rome, but they was worshiping because they took over all of the earth, right? And they worshiped the beast. Who is the beast? Which is the Romans, who is saying, who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him. That was the Romans and the Greeks and the Romans. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. This is Christianity against the Most High. And power was given unto him to continue 42 months. To me, that's them going around the world making people accept Christianity. 6. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against Yah. That's all the New Testament. That's all they do. Especially starting in especially in chapter 5 from 21 on through. Chapter 21 on through. So in chapter 21, starting at chapter 20, starting at verse 21. Chapter 20, starting at verse 21, he said, you have heard of old time, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. But I say unto you, anyone that does this, but I say, the creator prophets never spoke. They said, thus saith Yah. Thus said the creator. Thus said God. This is how you know the difference. But let's keep it moving. Y'all tell you, he's doing it several times. Just in Matthew 5, starting at verse 21 on through. But let's keep it moving. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against Yah and to blaspheme his name. His name is the law. We ain't under the law no more, we're under grace. We ain't under the law no more, we're under grace. Which is the third commandment. Thou shalt not take his name in vain, which is his law. And his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. Heavenly places right here. That's the heaven that is being spoken of. 7. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, with Israel, which is us, and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. That's why he was set up all over the earth. The Greek and the Roman Empire, the Roman Empire at this time. 8. And all that dwell upon the earth, you see that? And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him. Who worship who? Christianity. Jesus and everybody that they gave, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. If you have an ear to hear, please listen. Because it's here for you. It's up to you to accept it or reject it. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. We got a brother that went through something like that today. We're going to make some things happen. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. This is the patience and the faith of the saints. Now, the second beast. The second beast, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. This is your United States. And I beheld another beast. Still, remember I told you it's 2 legs? One's old Rome. This is new Rome. This is the new beast coming up out of the earth. Coming up out of the earth. And he had 2 horns, Democrat and Republican. Democrat and Republican. Like a lamb, which he was young, because the United States was the youngest country to rise up. And he spake as a dragon. I mean, whichever one won of the same family, whichever one won, they spoke as a dragon. Whatever, when they spoke, everybody listened. United States, president, whoever won, people listened. 12. And he exercised all the power of the first beast. Who's the first beast? First Rome. Old Rome. He exercised the power of old Rome because he's new Rome that adopted old Rome's information and pushing it, which is Christianity. And he exiled all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, which is Christianity. Whose deadly wound was healed. Christianity, what we just talked about. The deadly wound. King Constantinople, King Constantine, that's the beast itself, the system. The system itself is the beast. Whose deadly wound was healed, verse 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he make a fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, which is the, war powers, and they got tanks, they got planes, they got nuclear. Excuse me. That they did in Hiroshima. 14. And deceiving them, here we go. And deceiving them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do. And the people are deceived because they think, oh, America, we're great. We're great. We're the best and strongest country in the world. We're great. They going over there taking people's land. They deceiving people. Deceive you. Oh, we're doing it for the children. We're doing it for the children. They're going to take and do this left to our children. They're doing it for the children. Lying to you in your face. Deceiving you and making you gullible to what they're saying. And almost all different people use it now. Say something about children. Oh, okay, they're going to do it for the children. They're going to do it for the children. The women and children. And they be lying to people all the time. People fall the hook, line, and sinker. And deceiving them that 14. And deceiving them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Saying to them that dwell on the earth. Saying to them that dwell on the earth. That they should make an image. See? Saying to them that dwell, now they're going to make an image. You know what the image is? Jesus. Jesus is their image. Well, we don't want it. We don't want no white man. Don't play them black now. Take the name Jesus off and put Yahshua up there. All they did just switch it from Caucasian to melanated and change the name. That's all they did. Still idolatry. Still. You're worshiping something, a man or whatever. But what does it say again? On the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Which had the wound by the sword, which is Christianity, and did live. How did it live? Through Christianity. And that beast, that image, is Jesus. The symbol is the cross. The symbol is the cross. The Muslim symbol or Mason, whatever it is, one of them got a crescent moon with stars. All of them got some type of symbol. Some type of symbol. But the image is Jesus. Which had the wound by a sword and did live. Christianity. Jesus is the image to Christianity. You can't get Jesus in the 1611 Bible. If you say Isus, you don't think of no Jesus. Still an image. Get your 1611 Bible and read it. And when you see the word Isus, that's where the word Jesus is supposed to go. But a mind, your mind can't come up with an image for that 1611 Bible. But as soon as you say Jesus, bam, the image popped right up in your mind. And he had power to give life unto the image, Jesus, and whatever image y'all want to, whatever y'all want to call it, of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship. How's it speaking? Through the red words in the book. Every time the red words speak, that's your Jesus speaking, right? Ain't that, am I telling it right? Am I right or wrong? Am I lying? Am I lying? Y'all tell me. Again, 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many that would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And they was doing that. Crusaders was going around making people accept their way of life. People that didn't want to accept it, it was killing them off. Now here goes today's time. Living in today's time right here. Verse 16, 17, and 18. 16 and 17. And he, who is he? The beast, causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Now, we haven't got to the foreheads yet, but we do know that not only the right hand, the COVID shot was the mark. Why? Because it's of the system. The system is the beast. The COVID shot was the mark. And causes that all, both small, great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Excuse me. We don't know about the forehead, but we do about in the body. Excuse me, y'all. 17. And that no man might buy or sell. You can't buy or sell without the name and the number, which is your birth certificate and social security card. You got to have that to buy a house, vehicle, or something like that. Or the cops are going to stop you. That's why they want to know, let me see your ID. Let me see your ID. They want to know who you are. See, and everybody is tagged by the ID. But that's the name and the number. The mark is the COVID shot. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name. Remember, last thing first, the first thing last. Had the mark, the name, the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. The number and the name is your all caps name, and the number is the social security number. Mainly. 18. Here, 18, the last point. Go ahead and get this ready for you right now. 18, last point. So it won't be long. 18, last point. Here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast. All right. This is the head, the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. And his number is 636. You got a lot of these people because I've been talking about, oh, it's botrons, neutrons, and all these other trons. Well, when you do your research, that's it right there. Vicarious Philly D. Vicarious Philly D. That's who it was pertaining to. That number in Roman numeral numbers is 666. Vicarious Philly D. Latin, vicar or representative of the Son of God. That's what it's supposed to mean. Let me show it to you. See? Make sure y'all seen that full. Seen that in full. Excuse me. Vicarious Philly D. Latin, vicar or representative of the Son of God, is a phrase first used in the forged medieval donation of Constantine to refer to Saint Peter, who is regarded as the vicar of the Son of God or representative of the Son of God in English. Here's a more detailed explanation. Origin. The phrase is Latin and it's been used to the context of the Catholic Church, particularly in relation to the Pope. See that? This can kind of be, y'all can kind of see that kind of easy. I want y'all to see what it say. It's in big letters, big bold letters. Particularly in relation to the Pope. Meaning, vicarious mean vicar or representative, while Philly D translate to of the son of. Of the son of. What is the number 666? Let me see. It's at the top of that. I ain't got the full. The 666 right there. Where is the number? Oh, here you go right there. That's number 666 right there. I got cut off. What is the number 666 for the Pope? This historical interpretation defies the number 666 with the papal title, because you can see that right there. You can see it in there. Read it. That's where your 666 come from. Matter of fact, let me do it like this. So you can get a good look at it. Just so you can see it good. Just so y'all can get a good look. If you do your digging, you're going to find what you're looking for. Just want y'all to see it for yourself. So, this historical interpretation identifies the number 666 with the papal title, Vicarious Philly D, meaning vicar of the Son of God. This phrase has been used by popes for centuries to define their ecclesiastical and temporal authority. To defend their ecclesiastical and temporal authority. That's it, y'all. That's what I wanted y'all to see. That's the history for the right fruit. That's what I'm going to call it. History for the right fruit. I'm going to turn that around. History for the right fruit. Which come back up. So I put that information out there. I want y'all to just get that tonight. That was something for me to do for tonight. No, I want you here. There we go. Where you supposed to be. So, other than that, we way up. We an hour and 30 minutes in. That surprised me. I wasn't even planning on going that long, but we there. So other than that, just like to share with you that I am that Mikael in Daniel chapter 12, verses 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's me. Showing the holy people who they're really supposed to be. Waking them out of their dead beds, which is really in their heads. For all of you who's living in the new, this is for you. I'm that same Mikael in Revelations 12, battling that red dragon where Satan dwelled, who deceiveth the whole world but prevaileth not, because the horn is blown without a doubt. This was prophesied for you to see that Mikael is really me. We're going to do the benediction. I hope everybody got something out of tonight. History for the right fruit. I like that. History for right fruit. For right. I like that. So, other than that, I thank y'all for y'all time, your patience, your listening there, your seeing now. We're going to do the benediction real quick, and then we're going to do the Shema, and then we're going to do our goodbyes. If you're interested in coming in the morning, please send me your name, number, and email. And then that way you can get the information, the link, or either the meeting ID for the class for in the morning for the introduction to the solving class of knowledge. But before we go there, and Yah spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto Aaron and unto his sons, saying, on this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them, Yah bless thee and keep thee. Yah make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yah lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. And they shall put Yah's name upon the children of Israel, and Yah will bless them. Small Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shekebo, Vakuto Violam, Vaed, Hallelujah. Hear, O Israel, Yah our Father is one Father. Blessed be thy glorious kingdom forever and ever. Hallelujah. Thank you, Father, for reading of the word. Thank you for bringing out your knowledge and your information tonight for the people to hear, know, and grow, and to beware and to understand your word in the kingdom that we're growing into this day and time. We praise you, bless you, and thank you for all you've done, been doing, and plan to do. We thank you, praise you, and we thank you. In your holy word and spirit and all things we pray. Hallelujah. 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 Thank you, Father, for the word, and we praise you and bless you. Thank you. And as I was just sharing with you, that in the rising, we're going to be here at Solving Class of Knowledge. In the rising, hopefully, if y'all are interested, y'all can always text me your name, number, and email, and also share with me that I'd like to know more information about the Solving Class of Knowledge. And by doing that, what you're going to do is you're going to text me your name, number, and email at 770-572-5315. Again, that's 770-572-5315. Once you text me your information, I'll put your information in my Google Calendar. It's going to come up in your email. You accept the invites, and then your Google Calendar going to have it. If you don't have Google Calendar, please download it. All the information is going to come up in your Google Calendar. That way you can keep in contact and you'll be connected. All right. Now, that's on Tuesdays. That's on Tuesday night, Tuesday mornings at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time and at 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock to after Tuesday p.m. All right. I did one right there. Oh, excuse me. Went ahead and did that one. But I might as well just let you know that, then go through the other formalities. So that's on Tuesdays. On the Sabbath, we're right here at 12 p.m. noon. This is the platform. Saturday, we're here at 12 p.m. noon on Zoom and the other platforms. But Tuesdays is private. That's on Zoom only. Connect with me if you want that information. That's private. On the Sabbath, we have a Sabbath Assembly of the Righteous at 12 p.m. noon. And we're here at that time, 12 p.m. noon on the Sabbath day. Then we're here on Sunday at, which is which is Fight Fire with Truth, which is open conversation. And this is at 9 p.m. that night after sundown. That's on Sunday. The night after Sunday, that is. Night after Sunday, which is that night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Fight Fire with Truth, which is open conversation. Excuse me. Then we're back here on, quote unquote, what they call Monday nights, like where we are at this point in time. We're here Mondays at Mikhail's Knowledge of Truth on Monday nights or night after Monday at 9 p.m. as well Eastern Time. That's Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Then I just shared with you about Tuesdays. So you got the information. If you'd like to know more and then connect with us, you'll have that information as well, and you'll be getting notifications. Other than that, that's for the platform. The only private one is on Tuesdays. All the other ones is public. Excuse me. And you'll see all these on those public platforms. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube and also X, formerly known as Twitter. YouTube and X, formerly known as Twitter. But before that, let me share with you that if you text me at 770-572-5315, text me your name, number, and email, and say you want to know more information about the Sovereign classes. That's 770-572-5315. One more time. 770-572-5315. Text me your information, and I'll connect with you from there. And you can also email me at lkhyym@gmail.com. That's lkhyym@gmail.com. All right, it's my email. Now, if you'd like to get on my platforms, my YouTube and also my X, formerly known as Twitter. My YouTube and my X, formerly known as Twitter, is under Juice Pro 33. That's under Juice Pro 33, which is my YouTube and my X, formerly known as Twitter. And Juice Pro 33 is spelled JUICEPRO 33. Excuse me, y'all. That's JUICEPRO 33. You can connect with me on either one of those and just have my information if you're interested. And also, you can like, subscribe, and share on YouTube, as well as connect with me on Patreon, on X, formerly known as Twitter. X, formerly known as Twitter. And also, as I was saying, my YouTube. That's my first YouTube, my main YouTube at the moment, which is Juice Pro 33, which is JUICEPRO 33. All right. Now, if you'd like to connect with me on Facebook, my Facebook is Mikhail Harris, which is spelled MI''CHAEL space HARRIS. Again, that's MI''CHAEL space HARRIS. Alrighty. Make sure these things are slow. Okay. Now, if you'd like to connect with me on Instagram and or TikTok, and one of my TikToks that is Instagram, and one of my TikToks is under Lkhyym underscore the juice, which is spelled LKHYYM underscore THEJUICE. Again, that's LKHYYM underscore THEJUICE. All right. That's my Instagram and one of my TikToks. My other TikTok and my other YouTube, my other TikTok and my other YouTube is located at under Michael the Juice Harris, all together, all one word, which is MICHAELTHEJUICE. Again, HARRIS. I'm sorry. Again, that's MICHAELTHEJUICEHARRIS. It's Michael the Juice Harris, all together one word, as well as Juice Pro 33, all together one word. All right, from the first one I shared with you. And if you like to see the full contents of the information, you're welcome to connect with me on patreon.com and twitter.com. Patreon.com and rumble.com. Patreon.com and rumble.com. Both of them /LKHYYM. That's rumble.com /LKHYYM. That's patreon.com /LKHYYM. Now we are done because I did the other part in the beginning. So other than that, I thank y'all for y'all time, y'all patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. We'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow in the Rising with the 7:30 a.m. class of Sovereign Class of Knowledge. Thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. Love you, appreciate love you, and always. Peace. All righty. Zoom. See you soon.
Recording stopped.
All right. There you go. Over here on Facebook, I thank you for your time, your patience, your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Love you, appreciate love you, and always. Peace. Facebook. Over here on Instagram, I thank you for your time. Let's see who all came in. I got Chico Niglo. Thank you for coming. I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Appreciate love you. See you soon and always. Peace. History for ripe fruit. That's what I'm going to call it. Said ripe fruit in history. Change that around. And over here, Brother Robert Craig, I don't know if you're still with us or not. I appreciate you. Glad you come through. And I'm going to see you and whoever else that's on there soon. I thank y'all for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Appreciate love you. See you soon and always. Peace.